Hello and welcome everyone to the November 14th episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the city of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, one of two deputy city managers here at the city, joined today by two members of our podcast team.
Kate Ryan.
And David Wolbrecht.
As well as our reoccurring special guest, Kate Schmiett.
Thanks, Jim. Happy to be here.
Well, we're very excited to have you here and talk about Stormwater Awareness Week. It's time to be aware.
Of stormwater.
Always.
Stormwater.
This week and always.
Always, yes.
Okay.
But before we get into all that interesting stuff, here are the topics we're covering this week.
A couple announcements, including what's next for the draft K 2044 comprehensive plan and a weekend closure at Northeast 85th Street and I-405.
Plus some safety tips as the days get shorter, how to dispose of extra yard waste, and how to use MetroFlex to get around.
Yes, and a reminder, everyone, as always, that we have links and more information in the show notes for all of our items.
That's
it's a really
right.
great resource.
Yep.
But first, our big story of the week, the turkey trot is trotting into town.
Yes.
And so, unfortunately, our road closure.
I just have this image, Jim, of like this group of turkeys just like,
trotting around.
like blocking traffic. But that's not exactly what we're talking about.
No.
All right, the Kirkland Turkey Trot, of course, the 5K and Kids Run is happening this Sunday, November 17th, and will close roads near Marina Park from early morning to right afternoon. So if you are in the Lake Street or Kirkland Avenue area downtown, check out for traffic impacts.
And heads up, early birds, any vehicles parked on the course will be towed before the race begins.
That's not good. So
Right.
Heads up
Watch
for that.
out. Yep.
And moving on, as our planning department knows, shaping Kirkland's future starts with today's plans. That makes sense.
Yes. We're, of course, referring to Kirkland's 2044 comprehensive plan update. It's currently in final stages.
Yeah, draft chapters of the plan and the environmental impact statement are available online for review.
City Council will hold a study session on November 19th with the final adoption set for December 10th.
Yeah, so don't forget that date, everybody. And speaking of our city council, the next meeting of the Kirkland City Council is on Tuesday, November 19th. And here's what's on the agenda. On the business agenda, council will discuss the 2025 property tax levy. We do that every year.
Relatedly, they'll provide feedback on the draft 2025-26 city budget.
They'll also receive a briefing on what we've heard from the community about the Houghton Village Development Plan and give feedback on that draft plan before approving in the spring.
And they'll also consider adopting the Transportation Strategic Plan.
Yeah, so there's a lot on the business agenda.
Yeah, yes, there is.
And prior to the business agenda, in the study session, council will discuss the final draft of the comprehensive plan. Hey, days are getting shorter, my friends, and the key to staying safe when the sun is down is to stay visible.
That's right. Kirkland Police advise people and their pets to wear light or reflective clothing or accessories and to use sidewalks to keep visible when out walking, biking, or running at night.
And drivers, let's pitch in too. Slow down, especially near intersections and in poor weather.
Yep. Hey, getting around Kirkland just got easier, everybody. The reason?
Tell us.
Yeah, tell us.
Two words.
Metro.
Flex.
Oh, and this isn't a mass transit workout group.
No.
Jim, we're of course talking about King County's Metro Flex, the program that offers on-demand rides in Kirkland neighborhoods, including Finn Hill, Juanita, and Totem Lake, plus nearby Kenmore and Bothell.
It is a pretty cool name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Metro
It's
Flex.
true.
It's kind of like flexing.
Yeah,
There you
exactly.
go.
Hey.
They make it super easy. A ride is just a click away, and you can check out more on the King County's website. Details in the show notes.
Yeah, good stuff. Hey, as the leaves fall, we're sending out a quick reminder to help reduce flooding and something that is near and dear to your heart, Kate.
Yes, keeping those storm drains clear. So fallen leaves can block storm drains, leading to flooding and pollution in waterways. So make sure to rake leaves and clear storm drains to prevent neighborhood flooding in your area.
Yeah.
And also good news, residents can put out up to 5 bags of yard waste weekly in November at no extra cost.
No extra cost.
No extra cost.
Wow.
But I do want to add, what's even better than that is
Tell me.
leaving the leaves on your yard to break down and feed your soil. Makes the beneficial insects happy, makes your soil healthy.
So
Okay.
this is one of those wonderful moments where somebody who kind of has a proclivity to be slightly lazy, like me,
And me.
and doesn't rake those leaves as often as that person should, is actually doing
I like to rake them onto my garden beds because then my little patch of lawn is happy, but then my garden beds get to kind of be tucked in for the winter. And all
But you're
those
still
nice
kind of
nice.
doing a good thing if you leave the leaves there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Good for a lot of reasons.
I love it when the intersection of laziness and goodness comes together.
Oh my gosh, me too. That's
you
my
think those are-
favorite.
Don't you think those are like magical moments?
100%.
Okay, and as we make weekend travel plans, keep in mind, everyone, thank you for that, though, by the way, Kate. Yeah.
Yes.
Keep in mind that 85th Street will be closed at I-405.
That's right. So the closure starts this Friday, November 15th at 11 p.m. And it's a full weekend closure lasting through Monday, November 18th at 4 a.m. So the detours will be posted, but please be sure to plan ahead for alternative routes, particularly, I'm talking about that weekend Costco run, so forth. So
Yep.
And the show notes does have information for folks on that.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay, and that brings us to our 5 over 5. That would be 5 questions in what is sure to be over 5 minutes.
Of course it is.
With our special guest, Kate Schmiett, Environmental Education Specialist from our Public Works Department.
Hello, Jim.
Welcome back.
So excited to be
Yeah,
back.
this is like
Podcast.
number 3.
Third time's a charm. Yep.
Yeah.
Third time put you in a special category.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
like a vest, I hear. or
Vest.
I heard
something
it was
like
going to
that.
be a jacket.
Oh,
I
a
don't
jacket.
know.
Oh,
A lot of rumors.
sleeves included.
A
Okay.
lot of rumors floating around.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
Seems we got to get ahead of them.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, noted.
So, Kate, could you, even though you're here for the third time, please remind our viewers what you do. What does an environmental educational specialist do at the city?
So I'm the environmental education specialist on the stormwater team specifically. So
Okay.
my main role is helping people understand where all that rain goes when it falls on the city, the ways that they can reduce the pollution that it carries with it on its way to our creeks and to Lake Washington, make sure that water is all as clean and healthy as it can be for the wildlife in Kirkland.
And is it crazy
And
for
for
me?
us.
Is it crazy
Wow.
for me to wonderful? Thank you.
Yeah.
Is it crazy for me to say that your position takes on an extra special value in the Pacific Northwest?
As we may have noticed this week, it does rain a little bit.
It does.
Yeah. There are
So-
stormwater professionals all over the country,
Yeah.
but I would say that
Up
we,
here,
We got a
we
lot.
might think about rain a little more often than
Yeah.
some people do. Mhm.
yeah. So we're
Yep.
very fortunate to have you.
Thanks.
Plenty of work for you to do.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
But before we get into that, tell us, what are you doing for fun these days?
For fun these days, I am dressing up my pug.
Red pug.
I adopted a pug actually from
Oh.
another coworker at City Hall.
Oh my goodness.
She was kind of facilitating an adoption for her friend who couldn't keep him.
Is this a puppy?
He's a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Like, kinda.
He's
Kind of puppyish.
He thinks he's a puppy and a very big dog at the same time.
Yes.
What's his
yes.
name?
His name is Tontu.
Tontu, the
And it-
pug.
Yeah,
Oh.
named after a cartoon character in the cartoon Hilda, which everyone should go watch.
Oh, nice.
love
yeah.
that.
Check that out.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh. You're dressing him up? What are you dressing him up as?
Well, it was Halloween, so he was a little bat for Halloween because he already has a
Naturally.
little squished bat face. So the wings went
Can I
perfect
ask
with
you
it.
though?
Yeah,
When I used to put the New England Patriots sweater on my Gracie,
yeah.
she didn't like it.
Oh, he didn't like it, but
Did he
he's,
like it?
he's
Well-
totally useless, so he can't do anything
can't
about
run-
it.
run-
He can't turn his head around.
Jim, I hate to break it to you, but was it because Gracie maybe was more of a
It
Seahawks?
had nothing- no.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
no,
Okay.
no,
I mean,
that
I'm just,
wasn't it.
no.
Okay.
She
Okay.
loved the Patriots. She just
Yeah.
didn't like the fashion.
Fair
I'm
enough. I
convinced
mean,
of that.
yeah, okay.
But Tontu, he didn't like the bat.
He got used to
He
it.
got used to it?
He doesn't love his new little yellow rain jacket. Speaking
Oh,
of all
that
the
must be
rain.
But
adorable,
buddy, it
though.
keeps you dry.
It does. And he makes little squeaky sounds when he walks like a little kid in their rain jacket, but with
That's
like a
adorable.
pug waddle sort
Yeah.
of cadence. It's
Love
very
it.
adorable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we-
Pug waddle. That's got to be a new thing now.
Yes.
It's got to be a thing.
He's
Yeah.
a pro at it.
He's a
I think
pro.
that's a term from Star Wars. Kate, can we get a photo of Tontu in his bat costume for the show notes?
Yeah, but I recommend the rain jacket. It will.
Oh,
it will
okay.
be even
Okay.
cuter.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, maybe both.
Or
you
you
give
can
us
have
what
as
you
many
can.
pictures of him as you want. I've got plenty.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, you've given us some hints about what folks need to be doing, particularly in the fall and the winter.
Mm-hmm.
And it all kind of comes together in Stormwater Awareness Week. So we're going to talk about some of those really good tips for our listeners.
For sure.
Right?
Yep.
But, recently, Kate does many, many, many wonderful things for the city. And
Yes.
recently, I came out on one of your programs, and
It
it
was
was
fun.
called, what's it called?
Wetland Wander.
The Wetland, was I a Wetland Wanderer?
You were a wetland wanderer, and you were a good scientist that day.
I was kind of a good, not
Hey.
to toot my own horn.
Way
but-
to go, Jim.
Yeah, I was doing a little scientific
Little,
work.
oh, nice.
What do you call it? The scientific method.
He had the gloves on.
There
He
you
was
go.
shaking my little
Oh,
vials.
a little
testing the
sample.
water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I was-
Oh,
yeah.
Jim. Heck yeah.
I was shaking the vial.
Yeah, and doing
Oh, yeah.
science. All
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I really like the Wetland Wanderer. And do you do it? When do you do that?
Nicer months than this,
Nicer
when people
months.
want to be wandering in the wetland a little more.
And it's really,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
for all ages, but I'm telling you, kids just must love it. I
Kids
mean,
do love it, but usually we actually run them as field trips for grown-ups.
Grown-ups, absolutely.
We think grown-ups don't get enough field trips in their
we
life
don't.
and don't get enough opportunities for fun. So
Fact.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as a grown up, I can attest to that. So we went out and we did you gave a great summary of what's happening in the wetlands, and we did some scientific experiences. It was really great. So I thought, being moved and having such a good time, that we would create our own segment for you on the show, Kate.
I'm so excited.
Are you ready for this?
I'm very ready.
We're calling it Bugs with Kate. Bugs with Kate.
Bugs with Kate. And
Yeah.
the reason, by the way, that they're doing Bugs with Kate is because in the Stormwater Crew, we actually go sample what bugs are living in the creeks every year, and that can give us kind of a snapshot of how polluted the water is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because some bugs are very tough and they can handle a lot of pollution, and then some bugs are very wimpy and
Yeah.
they can't handle anything.
Oh,
So
interesting.
if you find the wimpy bugs, that's actually really great. You're like, oh, this water is not very polluted.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, like all these tells
Yeah.
about the health of the creek.
Totally.
And you kind of just learn in the ecosystem, what the ecosystem is telling us about the creek.
Exactly.
Love that.
So inspired by that, here we have the segment Bugs with Kate. You ready?
We need like a theme song.
Yeah, we need a theme.
Like Bugs
With
with Kate.
Kate.
Or whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it
Okay.
out.
There you go.
Here we go. David,
Kate.
question number 1.
What bug is most likely to be a Disney hero?
So I was talking about this with my husband last night, and we settled on diving beetle because
Diving beetle.
yeah, we think there's a really cool story with like the beetles that can swim, and they make like a little air pocket around their gills
Oh
so
my
they can go
gosh.
be underwater explorers. We think there's sort of like an
Whoa.
Atlantis style story
Oh,
you
there's
could
a movie
explore
there.
there, right?
Yeah, that's a whole
Oh,
movie.
yeah, there's a movie there.
Pixar, you're welcome.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I demand at least 5% of your
Yeah.
profits.
There you
Sorry,
go.
right on
There
the
you
last
go.
show.
Kate Schmiett. Okay.
All
Okay,
right,
question
Kate.
2.
Yep.
What bug represents the values of the city of Kirkland?
Yeah, so this one was crazy to me. I could not figure this out. I decided to completely reject this question, and there's no one bug that represents the
Oh,
city
because
of
we're so
Kirkland.
amazing.
Oh, okay.
Because we're so amazing and so diverse, and we're all working together. So I'm going to say all of the little invertebrates in the compost pile, to me, represent the city of Kirkland, because they're all
Okay.
doing the things they're
Hardworking.
good at, right? Hardworking, and they're making things better
Better.
and richer, you know, like for the
Wow.
world.
Great answer, Kate.
That's very
Wow.
beautiful.
See, we challenge you with Bugs with Kate.
There's no one bug that can truly sum up how amazing Kirkland is. So
There you go.
I had to reach for a
Right.
wider
Well done.
category,
Okay,
you
here's
know?
the next
There you go.
question. You ready for this one?
yes.
What bug would you bring shopping with you during the holidays?
So my first answer is
Yeah.
a centipede.
Centipede.
Oh,
Got lots of legs to help me carry all those
Oh,
packages.
that's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
smart.
But then
Yes.
I was thinking about it more like, yeah, actually, there's so many reasons a centipede's a great choice, right? Like,
Oh.
not only do they have all these arms for carrying things, but they're really fast. Like, they're really
They're
fast.
fast.
And they, like,
Oh, okay.
duck and move around
Yep.
little corners and stuff. They
That's
could
great.
they
The
could-
crowds.
exactly.
So you could say centipede. I need those tennis shoes. There's a lot of people between me and the
Aisle
store.
3, middle of the row, go get
get
him.
the
And he,
10. Okay,
yeah.
that's a
that's
total
a
win.
great answer.
Love that. All right. Bring us home with what bug is most likely to make you laugh?
Dragonfly larva, 100%.
Oh, the larva.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
answer.
Okay. What is it? Their comedic timing? What are we talking about here?
Yes. No. It's they're like, to look at them, they're not that funny, but it's funny to
Okay.
me that they become this beautiful thing that everyone's putting on, like, you know, their art and their handbags, and they're so beautiful. And when they're in the water in their more juvenile state, they are monsters.
They're just-
They have
Oh,
these.
they're
They're
just-
huge carnivores. They've got these crazy jaws.
Oh.
Like they're
they're
wild.
eating up everything.
They're eating up everything, and they're really good at it, and that's why we have beautiful dragonflies later. But I just every time I see one, I go, people think these are funny,
People are
sweet
like, what a
insect.
beautiful, peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
Oh,
like,
absolutely. Oh, yeah, they're
Like
definitely
little terror,
If you
just-
were tiny, you would
Yeah.
be running.
You would be running. How about that?
Well, that's Bugs with
Bugs
Kate.
with
Okay.
Kate. Kate, thank you. That was very insightful.
Thank you.
And hopefully, when people sign up in droves for the
Wetland Wanderers.
Wetland Wanderers.
Coming in 2025 when our weather is a little drier out there.
And I would even say, to add a little panache to a wonderful program, wear like a big hat or some,
like butterfly
adventurous-
wings.
Yeah.
If you give Kate ideas, she will run with it.
I mean the people that come to
I'm
the
not
wonder. You
saying
should
I
get
have
dressed
a
up.
8-foot salmon costume in my garage at home, but I might have an 8-foot salmon
Okay,
costume
I
in
would
my
say
garage at home. So
I would say
Maybe.
just come in the costume, and then folks should come up dressed like an explorer. Don't you think?
yeah.
that'd be
Amazing.
I
fun.
encourage
Fitting,
anyone
very
to
fitting.
costume up for a
Costume
wetland
up.
wander.
Love
Yes.
that.
Okay, so pivoting a little bit, we are here to talk about the Stormwater Awareness Week. So tell us, Kate, what should be our award-winning storm and surface water team be telling us about what we should be doing in this fall and winter?
Yes, definitely. So first of all, I just want to say Happy Stormwater Awareness Week, everyone.
Oh, thanks. I
know.
didn't get you anything. I'm sorry.
That's really disappointing. Maybe
Okay.
next year. It's
All
going to
right.
be an annual thing.
I'll get like a talking salmon from the
Yes.
wall. Okay, anyway.
Right. So it's November 9th to 16th. So we're right in the middle of it right now. And Kelly Curtis made a proclamation at last week's
The
council
mayor.
meeting. The mayor.
Yeah.
Yep. Mayor Curtis is on team stormwater awareness. So we love that. So really it's just a chance to highlight all the stuff we're talking about all the time, which is that the water that falls on the hard surfaces of Kirkland, it makes its way to the storm drains. Most of the time it's not getting treated or filtered in any way.
That's really important for folks to know.
Really important. Not
going
treated
to
or
the lake.
filtered in
Yeah.
any
Just
way.
goes straight to the creek, straight to the lake.
And it's carrying anything that's on those roads with it. So oil,
Gotcha.
soap from your car wash, doesn't matter if it's biodegradable, it doesn't belong down the storm drain.
Got it.
Paint, some remodeling dust that your
Yeah.
contractors are washing down there. And
Not good.
Not good, nothing.
So this is
Okay.
like the everyday stewardship that we all need to be part
everyday
of.
stewardship. So so for Stormwater Awareness Week, you can be aware of your stormwater. You can go outside your house. You can do it right now if you want, and you can go
Well,
look.
after the show.
Well,
if they're listening on a headset,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
fine.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
I was always like, for some reason, my brain got stuck on the term stormwater for a long time. I was
That's a
like,
good
what are
point.
we talking about? I was like, I don't
Super
get
good
like,
point. Sometimes we say rainwater. It's easier for people to understand.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
I don't know
Yeah.
why it's still. I mean, it's Stormwater Awareness Week because that's how it is in all the legal
just
documents and everything.
sounds cooler.
but it does
than,
sound cooler.
But
But even during a light rain, if it's not a storm, we still need to make sure that water's clean.
okay,
and stuff.
got it.
So yeah,
Okay.
go find your nearest storm drain. First of all, make sure it's working. So if there's leaves all over the top of it, get them out of there.
Yeah.
You don't want your neighborhood to flood. And also leaves breaking down, like, oh, it's so nice and natural. Like, well, yes, but the creek's only designed to hold
so much.
so much.
Yeah.
And so if those leaves breaking down can add extra nitrogen, which could be a problem. So just get them out of there.
Got
Get them
it.
out of your storm drain.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's this week's task. And then all year is just only rain down the storm drain.
Yeah.
Make sure it's
Only
nice and
rain.
nice.
Copy that.
Down.
Only rain.
Only rain
Down
down the storm drain.
the storm rain.
Yes.
So catchy.
Only.
Yeah.
Only
yeah.
rain. Down the
Nothing
storm.
else. Not your dog poop.
Pick up that
Oh,
dog
that too.
poop, right? That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Pick up your dog poop.
Scoop up the poop, especially
Scoop
when it's
the poop.
when it's rainy like this and it's just immediately getting disintegrated and washing
Okay.
straight
Do
down.
you guys just like kind of sit around and think of rhymes?
sometimes
Scoop the poop.
scoop the poop? is a
Only
good one.
rain down the drain.
We have some help from other regional
Agencies,
cities and
yeah.
agencies and stuff, but we do
Yeah,
often
you do a
sit
great
around.
job at that.
Thanks.
You do guys do a
Yes.
great job. Period.
Like an environmental Dr. Seuss.
What was the award you won?
What was the award? We actually won 3 awards.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the Water Environment Foundation awarded Kirkland the Innovation Category
Wow.
Award
Hey.
for 2 of our recent projects. So we kind of got a
So you're
co-award.
innovators.
We
You're
are
innovators.
innovators. Yeah. Really different projects. We got an award for the collaboration with the Parks Department on the 132nd Square Park.
That's
Oh yeah, the stormwater vault.
Crazy huge stormwater
Yeah.
vault under there.
You won't be able to see it, but you go up to that park. It's gorgeous.
It is. And there'll be more details in the show notes, but
Awesome.
it's huge. It runs almost the whole length of that soccer field there, and it's underground. You can't see it like you
Wow.
said. But earlier
Amazing.
I said, most of the water that goes down the storm drain isn't filtered or treated. That's more modern, innovative exceptions. So
Oh, nice.
the water
Okay.
that goes into
Oh,
there
very
is
good.
allowed to kind of soak
Oh.
into the ground underneath that
So
field
there's
like it
a
would have.
element
Yeah.
of
Okay.
being treated.
Well,
Yeah,
that's great.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first
That
award.
was the first one. And then also we got the Innovation Award for Communications with our water quality dashboard, which we'll also link to in the show
Ooh.
notes. Which, if you're curious about any of these topics, there's so much more information on there. You can look up your local watershed. You can see how it's doing because our water
Gosh.
quality scientist goes and researches throughout the year and then
That's good.
tells
that's
you
really
if it has
good.
any problems. So
That's just like transparency in
Yeah.
government right there.
Right.
Love
Absolutely.
that. Okay, third.
And then the National Association of Flood and Stormwater Management Agencies, or NAFSMA.
Like sounds like
Yeah.
the Academy Awards. to me.
NAFSMA.
NAFSMA.
They gave us these two beautiful awards. They're actually like these fused glass,
Oh,
lovely
really?
art pieces.
Okay.
But we got one award each for both of those things too. So we got one for 132nd Square Park from them in their innovative projects category. So 2 organizations recognizing us for our innovation.
Nice.
Yep. And then we also won one for the dashboard from them for
Oh,
communications. So
You
Wow.
get that. It's like
we were just
reoccurring goodness.
It's
reoccurring
like the
goodness.
Triple crown of
Well,
stormwater
congratulations,
awards.
Kate.
Thanks.
You
There you
deserve it. You
My
guys do
team
great
is
work.
pretty awesome. They've been working really hard on those things. So
All right,
really proud of them.
Stormwater Awareness Week from our award-winning Stormwater Division.
That's right.
Kate
Boom.
Schmiett. Now, Kate, will you stay and participate in our pop quiz multi-choice trivia?
Yes. I had prep for the bug questions, but not for these.
Oh.
So let's go.
The game is afoot.
Okay, so one of these answers holds water,
Oh,
like
Like a rain garden.
a
might.
rain garden,
nice.
while the others are simply just soggy wet,
Like
soggy bottom.
Like leaves on top of a storm drain that nobody's moved.
Whoa.
Or-
You are.
Yeah.
or dogs without rain jackets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked yours better.
And of course, the soggy ones means we just made them up.
Right.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Option A, stormwater drains are designed to filter pollutants from runoff before releasing it into rivers and lakes.
I think if you've been listening to the podcast, you might have a little bit of hints there.
insight.
So, okay, all right.
Option B, stormwater runoff can increase the temperature of nearby bodies, water bodies, a phenomenon known as, quote, thermal pollution.
Okay.
Option B,
It has
like-
a name.
yeah,
Interesting.
I
Okay.
feel like the
thermal,
sun.
Thermal
pollution.
pollution.
The sun gives off thermal pollution.
yes.
The basis of life on Earth.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry, we're getting
yeah. I'm going in a different direction here.
Yeah.
All right.
Option C, a rain garden is a special type of garden designed to amplify the sound of rain.
Ooh, I like it.
I like
can
that
see those like the
too.
chimes. I get some
Chimes.
like I got some stone.
Stone. Bloop, bloop.
I don't know. Could be really nice.
The
I mean,
sound
that's
of
not
rain.
the normal definition of it, but I really want someone to incorporate like some
that.
art piece in there.
I think there's
Yeah.
some poetry in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you
Some
know that
poetry.
Soundgarden got its name from a garden of sound
Oh.
over in
So
Magnuson Park?
option C might be the Soundgarden.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe
grunge
Soundgarden in
band
their
option.
retirement has turned to stormwater infrastructure, and now they're like installing like a sound making rain garden.
did they
Okay.
rename
It's all
themselves?
It's all
as
possible.
Rain
It's all
Garden?
possible.
I don't know
Okay.
what they're up to.
The answer, my friends, and Kate's going to give us the explanation. I can sense it.
Yes. Yeah.
The answer is, of course,
B,
B. So tell us why B.
because on a hot day, water goes on the pavement either because it rains or more likely because you're washing your car. You know, it's summer day. It's good. It's a good day to get out there and wash your car. Please make sure that your soap use suds can get diverted to your landscaping so
Okay,
they don't go down
okay.
the storm
Okay,
drain.
yeah.
Side note. But all that water before it hits the storm drain is running over that hot asphalt in your hot driveway in your hot
so
metal
it's
car.
cooking.
So it's warming up. And then
okay.
by the time it gets to the creek, it can actually raise the temperature of the creek a couple degrees,
Okay.
especially if a lot of people are doing that.
Well,
So
there you have it.
Hey, okay.
Option B.
Well,
Option B.
and as mentioned, option A, stormwater drains don't automatically filter pollutants, although some can, I hear.
some can, yeah.
Okay.
We are working on kind of
Retro-
retrofitting where we can
Very good.
some sort of stormwater solutions that
Oh,
do
that's
have
great.
different filtration systems in them. But they're
Awesome.
still extreme
Small
minority of the
Okay.
over 16,000 drains in this city. So
That's a lot of drains.
it's a lot of drains.
We have
So
16,000, over 16,000 drains.
over 16,000 drains in
All
Kirkland.
working hard to keep our city.
All working
beautiful.
hard. And you know what else is working
Wow.
hard? Is the crews that go
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure they're
Yeah.
working and cleaning them out and things like that.
Our wonderful crews.
Behind the scenes.
But they need your help, so get
Yeah.
those leaves off your drains.
Yeah.
Well, Kate, as you alluded to, rain gardens are designed to capture and slow down runoff, not necessarily make fun music sounds, thus allowing water to filter into the ground rather than flow into storm drains. Very
Absolutely
good.
true.
Nice.
But if you want to add some musical elements, you do you.
Hey, go for it.
So thank you so much, Kate, for being on the podcast. We love
Thank
having you.
Yes.
I love being here.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
so much
we'll
fun.
get you your vest or jacket
Yeah.
or
Jacket.
sleeves or whatever.
Jacket, yeah.
Okay.
Or
I
the
want-
sleeves.
I
Just the
want-
sleeves. Yeah.
Whole jacket or nothing.
Okay. Got it.
Hey, everyone, don't forget to check your travel plans this weekend, even if you're just going to Costco.
Yes, and that does it for this week, everyone. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and
Share.
Special thanks to Anthony Girardi, Angela Brown, and Mike Connor for their behind-the-scenes magic.
Thank you.
Our next episode is November 21st. Until then,
Stay connected, Kirkland.